man, the transitions here are pretty great. In the bottom left, folks, in the teal, he is the finisher itself. It's Serral. And his teammate, the player formerly known as Time, it is Oliveira. Oliveira. And in the upper left, the Zerg player in the orange, Rattata, and the new Team Liquid player wearing his jersey. Awesome. He is SKillous. And it's funny. So the SKillous signing was leaked, was known by several people, or just really, I guess, on their Twitter around TSL 9 time, which was what, July of last year. And it was like, wow, you know, SKillous gets signed. And then they quickly deleted. And it's like, okay, well, understandable. It sounds like Liquid had to wait until Netherlands issued a esports visa. And actually Netherlands' first esports visa to allow for this to happen, which, by the way, is awesome. SKillous is the first holder of an esports visa granted by the Netherlands. Which, again, SKillous is a fantastic person. I'm so happy this was able to happen. But it's just telling how long some of these processes take, that it took... what, they had something in the works, at least enough to, you know, get him the proper jerseys and things and have him take part in photo shoots July of last year. So was that 6-7 months between anything being official and the Netherlands allowing it to be official? And again, this is not me saying, wow, the Netherlands are so terrible. It's more just like, wow, things take a while. So it is going to be interesting to see here, as we do have two Zerg players, one on either side, Serral and Rattata. And this does mean that the Zerg does have to be careful in how they expand. And creep spread is not going to be quite as impactful here as it would be in other matchups. Or I guess maybe the better way to say that is Lings are going to see the scouting SCV. Actually, no, that's Serral's SCV, or Serral's Ling. So I guess they say hi. But anyways, this is not going to be quite as... creep's not going to be quite as impactful, because you don't want to spread too far, at least not too near where your friend is going to be, because that does make life a little bit difficult. And in general, for Zergs, it's often hard to figure out just how much they have to commit early. Especially when we have this ZX mirror, so ZP, ZT, ZT versus ZT. It's very easy for one Zerg to go and play this like it's a ZVZ. And go for like a 24, 26 Baneling nest, start to really put that pressure on with Lings and Banes, and then knock their opponent out super early. Because again, the expansion defensive time, he says this Reaper should go down, but no, it finds its way over. The timings are always going to be a little bit off here. And the other thing we need to point out is that, of course, SKillous is going Phoenix as quick as he can. That many of the best, or at least the presumed best 2v2 openers or 2v2 builds that you'll see on ladder are things that leverage Phoenix to get players ahead early. You have a Phoenix player. Technically, it's Phoenix mech. PT is the best 2v2 composition, but you know, people are gonna play what they're best at. But anyways, Phoenix give you so much map control early. They allow your opponent to be even greedier than a Phoenix player would necessarily be. And then that just means, of course, that life becomes, well, very nice, because then they can start to feed you money, and you can go to carriers behind that because you're probably getting +1. But that is not exactly what SKillous is going for here in this game number 1. And, you know, External Punch, you say you're surprised that Serral's playing in something memey like this. Well, it does have a $9,000 prize pool. First place gets $1,500 each. Is Phoenix just barely don't... Oh, no, they do. Never mind. Who is observing? Not I, 1832. These are, of course, as always, from the WTL VODs. So what do we got here? About a 2-on-1 type thing coming in from Oliveira. I'm going to have to forget to call in time, but Phoenix are going to find this one pretty much immediately, and they got it over some dead airspace, so that's going to be one medevac down. And not a single Phoenix has hit the deck. So nice little catch here from SKillous early. Again, Phoenix gives you a lot of map control, and we don't have to worry about dying on the ground because you have a Zerg that has lots of Ling Bane, for example, or maybe you're a Terran that has a bunch of tanks. Suddenly the Phoenix, you can really commit to them even further. You can be more aggressive with them. But of course, even as I say that, that's not exactly what SKillous is going to do. This match happened before or after Maru Solar? These are the semifinals today here, Gary Organis. So the Maru Solar series happened yesterday, and they didn't make it to this round. So what we are doing is the Phoenix, they dive in, and that's gonna be a dead Phoenix. Hey, you know, not bad there. Coming in from Serral, but still, that's a decent amount of damage. And a Fatal Fury, thanks so much for the follow. So this is Seliviera versus Ratless. And after this, we will be doing DPG versus Alpha X, which is Hero and Dark versus Ragnarok and Zhao. So that's going to be fun. But those are the two the two semifinals, the 4 semifinalist teams, the 8 semifinal players, whatever you want to say. Tomorrow will be the final, where 2 of these teams will go on. They'll play in a best of 9, starting at about 6 a.m. Eastern, but I'll be doing this at the same time as we do here. And then, of course, the 3rd, 4th place match will be happening as well. That will be a best of 7. Bailey's run in, but it's only one of them. So damage done, but nothing will go down. And if you just let this wait long enough, the drones will heal themselves up. So that's fine. That being said, SKillous and Rattata are doing an excellent job of being greedy. SKillous is on 3 bases, 4th base already on the way because of the map control that Lings and Hellions allow, or Lings and not Hellions, but Lings and Phoenix allow you to find is, oh, that's going to be denied. 4th base coming in from Serral. So Ratless, his 4th base is just about done. So too is SKillous. In fact, SKillous is taking the gold base as well, which is always a little bit interesting. But one thing that Serral and Time have been doing Serral and Oliveira have been doing over the course of this tournament has been they've been very aggressive. Exactly as 1832 says, many roaches indeed. So Serral
can attack. I can make like 6 bailings, so zealots don't do anything.
And I have maybe 4. I have 3 tank. After I have 4 laboratories.
Nice. I think we just go here between bases.
My library will go kill drones.
Okay, they're careful.
Yeah.
Maybe just if you get tanks, kill call base maybe. I will go kill. Let's stay here and kill call base.
And my library try to kill drones.
Coming.
Yeah, just protect.
Maybe send marines there. Oh, I think storm drop maybe.
Oh, no storm.
Oh. Easy win.
And I kill many drones. My 2 library. He doesn't know.
All right, so I can talk again. Excellent. Yeah. First of all, Serral saying easy win is fantastic, and immediately the game ends. I was praising how greedy Ratless was able to be, and then, well, Seliviera just killed them. Well then. I was not exactly expecting that. I will do better in the future. I just had the voice in my ear. I'm like, oh, okay, but I can't really talk over them. But that is going to be a 1-0 lead from Seliviera, and we're moving into heavy artillery for game number 2, which is a big map. It's a big map. It's got some decent high ground positions. I'm looking forward to see what they're going to do. And Juan's Joaquim Frenzen, yeah, 2v2s are great. They are very much an underutilized and underexplored version of the game. So I'm glad it's a $9,000 tournament. We have pros playing in it. And we've already started to see some Reddit posts about how they want more 2v2 tournaments. The one thing I wish, though, I had a producer in my ear to say, you know, player audio in, so I can shut up and build up to it instead of just, oh, wow, they're talking. In the bottom left now, folks, in the teal, up 1 game here in this series, it is Serral and his teammate Oliveira. I'm going to figure out how to do these 2v2 intros better eventually. And in the upper right, in the orange, Rattata, partnered, of course, with Team Liquid's very own SKillous. 1832. Yes, I believe. Who were they knocked out by? Solar and Maru, by the way, they played yesterday. No, 2 days ago, and they were knocked out by Seliviera. No, it was not. Rainer and. Well, wait. Was Rainer Clem a team? Oh, Rainer's Spirit was a team, and they were knocked out in the first round by Kelizer, a laser, and Clem actually, I don't think he played. Yeah, Clem didn't play. These teams are actually ridiculous. You have Selivier, you have Solar Maru that lost somehow. You have Prince DRG Ling, which you might say, wow, that's not scary. Prince and DRG Ling have won like every significant 2v2 tournament for a while. There was a reason even that DRG Ling was brought out of retirement to go play for Team GP. It's because he's just a 2v2 specialist. That team is, again, it's a 2v2 specialist. You had special max packs that surprisingly lost. You had, I mean, we have Dark Hero here. They're going to be in the second semifinals that we're going to get to watch. Kelizer and a laser, Rainer and Spirit. Nina and Trigger, who actually looking pretty good, but unfortunately they had to forfeit yesterday due to their flights were massively delayed, and then the gaming PC they could go play, the gaming cafe they could go play in was didn't open until 8 a.m., so didn't quite work for him. You got Ragnarok Zhaun, which we'll be watching later on. You have Bjorn and Lambo, which got knocked out in the first round. I mean, these are stacked 2v2 teams. That would be nice, 1832. I would... Oh, I forgot to run an ad. I would love to see... StarCraft is just not built around 2v2. Yeah, Trigger messaged me afterwards. I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. Because he was messaging me, asking me if the casters would be able to go and hear the player audio because he thought it was entertaining. At least the audio with him and Nina. But it turns out we can. Anyways, what do we got here? It's going to be a Blink opener coming in from SKillous with a Robo as well. So, oh, wait, no, there's a quick... Are we going to see, like, Blink Nidus? This is a... Okay, so builds are a lot more fluid in 2v2 for the most part. In part because it's not as well developed a meta compared to, say, a 1v1. But also because you can kind of float resources back and forth. So, Rattata going for a very quick layer here. This could be for Nidus play, or it could just be for a very quick Spire, with the Blink player being the one that has map control. But, ooh, look at this. Immediate infestation pit. So it's going to be Swarmhost Nidus. Most likely the play coming in from Rattata right now with Blink Stalkers to give control, to give more consistent fighting ability on top of the big bursty ability that their Swarmhosts provide. And Seliviera, they seem to be going for some aggressive thing of their own. Stim, just about done here. Ro4 on the way. Carapace halfway done. So we're going to see some sort of Carapace 2-1-1 Stim timing coming out of Seliviera versus Swarmhost Nidus. And I got to say, folks, that seems like a build order victory for Seliviera. It's a lot of early game units that can consistently fight versus a Rattata whose units can only fight every 45 seconds. That is not what you're looking for. That is, it's such a cool build, but it is incredibly suboptimal. Yeah, unfortunately, StarCraft is just not... Oh, Serral's going to get Lings into the mineral lines immediately. I wish they had the unit colors turned up a little bit higher. It's not the easiest thing to tell, but anyway, Lings in the main base are going to start to gnaw away all of these drones. Good hold position micro, though. Will keep the queen alive, keep the drones alive, and Serral just gets the scout. He's going to see the Nidus and tap that one right on down. So the Swarmhost Nidus play... Actually, you know what? Even the Swarmhost in that, the Swarmhost is going to go down because there's no Nidus head going up. So one Swarmhost goes down immediately. And the rest of them, they've been scouted. Now, Seliviera know exactly what Serral or now exactly what Rattless are going for. And this should just trigger the all-in. Carapace is done. Ranged attack on the way now. And actually, Serral looks like they might want to go to the next round just a little bit. Again, he has gotten a lair. +1 range is on the way, but time upping up the stakes as well already, where there were queens that were under threat, but not too badly. And the swarm hosts, the locusts are just not there in enough numbers. So, well, Nidus is going to go down, but oh no, it's going to be a second one go down. And the head's not there. Swarm hosts, they get out in time, but still more of them. They've died. And folks, oh, that's a nice medevac. But...
Я медвак убил.
О боже.
Все, не паникуй. На низах камбэкнем.
Я думаю, это мутка бытовая.
Думаешь? Ну да, он что-то так много этих строит.
Давай прогуляемся
нет.
немного и в стенке что-то оставь.
Да, надо. Кучу линги. Но линги на самом деле достаточно много.
I definitely
Будет не
speak
так
Russian.
легко. Кстати, какую-то форжу развиться, что ли, чтобы лингов убивать их.
All right, so I definitely speak Russian, folks. Glad to find that. But a good surround here coming in from the Link. Swarmos is going to try to do something, but the Marines are going to just tap them down immediately. Technically, cost-effective trade. But as Serral says, nice indeed. Let's see what they have to say.
We just kill all stalker.
Yeah. And also Swarm Host die because no Nidus.
And as Serral says, the Nidus, when both sides of the Nidus dies, everything in it dies, which is one of the most satisfying things that you can experience in a game of StarCraft. I'm not gonna lie. But anyways. In the bottom right, folks, in the teal, up now 2-0, looking absolutely dominant. It's the finisher. He's Serral, and his opponents also in the bottom right. In the darker blue, from Kaizi Gaming, Oliveira. And in the upper left, in the red, trying to find the comeback, Rattata and his teammate, SKillous. Rattata going for a bit of a pull first here into this game, number 3. Ooh, Serral went 15 hatch. Thank you. 1832. Radio Clown, there is no bracket command. Really just because these games happened this morning, so if I gave you a bracket, they would spoil what's going to happen in the series. If you want to go find it, of course, it is on Liquipedia. Or I can link it to you, I guess. Now, Quantum Shield, the better question is whether androids dream of electric sheep. We got some pressure on the map, boys and girls, guys, gals, non-binary pals, early on in this game. We got that pylon going down from SKillous. Rattata opened with a pool first, so let's see if they're going to be able to turn this aggressive opener into an actual lead, because right now, Celaviera have been looking incredibly good. So, Proxy Gateway on the map. Warp Gate is going to get chronoed out. Baneling Nest on the way from Rattata, so it's going to be a Lingbane Stalker pressure coming in from the fire team, the team with fire colors. Okay, Ratless, whatever. They're gonna get aggressive very early. It's gonna be about a 30-second maybe window when Rattata has speed. Serral does not, and Serral's not going for an early Baneling Nest whatsoever. So if they're able to make this, if they're able to really make this pressure happen and start to snowball, it's gonna be a lot of power coming in. From Ratless, but Serral, he's got the scout. Serral has, I mean, I think anyone will say this, has some of the best scouting in the business. Although I do like that second pylon. It does provide a little bit, first of all, safety, but second of all, it just means that you have a safe spot to warp in on if, say, Serral does find things down. But he scouted this out immediately. There's a spine on the way. Queens are being pulled to the front, but that's still a lot of Banelings. And Lings just don't fight. They're certainly not without speed, not without Banelings of their own as the Stalkers move forward. But there's a tank on the high ground, folks. This is not the easiest situation here. And the Baneling Nest is done, but the Banelings, they're not ready just yet as the Banelings crash on top of the spine. That's going to go down very quickly indeed. And the Banelings of Rattata, they're just trying to chase the Lings of Serral down, but decent splits for the start. One more Baneling finds its way in, does not get much done, but Lings getting on top of the hatch on the natural. And the tank, well, it's on the ramp. It makes itself a little bit more vulnerable. One queen has gone down, but now Serral equal in tech. Although he does only have 18 drones. I mean, his opponent has 16, so it's not the end of the world. That Baneling connection, though, is going to be fantastic. And the way this often happens in 2v2s is you see one player, they get targeted hard, they get knocked out, and then it's 2-on-1. No real way to make something happen. So Serral, he's not lost.
Бью Бейнов.
Давай.
Все. Так, Харпер.
У Серва 0
Давай
рабов.
просто серого. Убивай серого просто до конца. Я просто... Главное, на сталкеров не отдать, и все будет топ. Ну и лингов ты. Ты хочешь на Терму напрыгнуть? Там просто 2 танка,
Нет.
наверное, или 3.
Просто да, я Серму хату убил.
Окей. Я не знаю, мы можем попробовать на Тиран напрыгнуть. Как, что думаешь?
Давай Серму пол убью. Просто стоим, пофиг.
Ну, давай.
I
Окей,
don't
окей.
I
У
don't
меня
speak
просто
Russian, but I think
тренинги отдаются.
Да? Мгм.
У тебя отдаются тренинги. Но у меня много, у меня типа 15 сталкеров почёс. Мы можем на это напрыгнуть, убить...
У Серва 0 дронов и нет пола.
Ты хочешь
У
выйти и
Тайма
построить
у
Nexus?
Тайма... Да. Ты можешь, давай ты отойдешь и будешь покать его вторую базу, все.
Ну, не знаю. Ну, смотри сам, окей. Возможно, и так.
Давай. У меня
Ну,
уже
хорошо, я
дроны.
вот.
Okay, those are some massive tank shots, though, but it's going to have to be time 1 versus 2. And by the way, I don't speak Russian, but I'm pretty sure I heard them say Bayo. So, Serral literally has 1 Baneling and 1 Ling and 1 drone, by the way. He's got nothing. But he's got a hatch, and then that's something. So we're going to have to see what can happen. And again, if the tech of Rattata and SKillous is not super developed, if time can go, if he or Oliveira can go and knock all these Banelings down, all these Lings down, the target fire is definitely good enough. Ooh, nice little bit of intercept there coming in from Serral. Gets the rest of them, although he will lose maybe one of his last drones. No, the Ling will not get that. There's a world now. Serral commits. He said, Serral, you don't want to lose a drone here. Serral, don't lose a drone. Okay. Trying to build his way back into this, but Oliveira going all in. 83 supply here, pulling the SCVs. Marines go across. Stim is not even close to being done, though, so this is going to be a slow push. And now the question is whether he can actually kill, and we'll let him talk.
Because Zerg plays so greedy after. Careful, maybe Zerg counter-attack. Zerg counter-attack.
Yeah, I see.
The question now really is whether time can kill his kill Ratless together before they take advantage of their superior economy. And look at this concave they got set up. Surely Oliveira are aware of it. Serral called out the counterattack
I think here's
appropriately.
Bling.
Yeah.
All right, here comes the counterattack from every side. Stalkers and Lings on top of everything. Can Serral and Oliveira deal with this?
But when you think about this push, right?
Yeah, it's not going to work. And the bottom right, up 2-1, falling down to the all-in. He is in the blue. It's Serral. Oh, well. Oh, apparently doing intros like this now. And in his team, teammate, of course, is Oliveira on the upper left side. In the orange and the red, it's Ratless. That means Rattata and SKillous. You're welcome, your brother Chris. Isn't it 2 in the morning your time right now? I guess that's what you mean by UD gens. Because technically, the time this normally broadcasts at 6 a.m. Eastern, so noon European Standard Time, or Central European Standard Time, is like perfect for you all. But glad you're here anyways, your brother Chris. But we saw Rattata and SKillous. They went for that all-in. They tried to knock Serral out as quick as possible. And I think realistically, they spent so much time killing Serral that time had an opportunity. Hey, Super X Pro. Had an opportunity. But he had to cut through far too much, and the Ling counterattack was nice. That killed the tank, and, well, Stalkers blink forward. Surround came in from every angle, and that is one of the downsides of just 2v2 in general, and it's just another good example of why the game is not really balanced around 2v2 for the most part, it is the fact that these maps tend to be very wide open. And that means you have to take fights very differently. It means Zerg is technically favored, but they can't spread creep as well. You know, I'm actually just really excited for Stormgate's team games. Because the one thing, and well, that we won't have 2v2. It sounds like it will only be 3v3, at least to start. We know that the game will be developed differently for their team games versus their 1v1s. Ooh, that's going to be a dead Jerome. Bit of a mistake there coming in from Rattata. But anyway, we know that that 3v3 is going to be a different game mode from the 1v1. Oh, he's going to get second one. Oliveira is just, he's got no time for that. But anyway, so it's going to be developed differently with it, right? That does mean that 1v1 and 3v3 should both be balanced, not just kind of balanced around the 1v1 and hopefully the team games are fair enough, but they're not really. And also, we're going to be working on a modern machine. So, you know, we can actually go and have team games not revert to just, you know, 15 frames per second in the late game. But Serral, or excuse me, Rattata pumping Lings at this point. Speed is now done. Evo Chambers on the way. We're gonna have to see whether this is for. I don't think this is actually gonna be Carapace. But anyway, built a decent amount of Lings. Try to put some pressure on the map, maybe. But I mean, Serral's got his Baneling Nest down. He's not going to make the mistake of trying to be too greedy. I'm not even sure he made that mistake last game, to be totally honest. It was just a timing that hit faster. It was a early pool versus a 15 hatch. You don't get Baneling Nest quite as early, but Rattata and SKillous have reverted to the style that actually did work for them in the first game with this pressure Phoenix idea. It got damaged, sure, but then Serral and Oliveira just kind of killed Rattless. So the thing I'm paying attention to as we move on is whether I will pay better attention to whether the team comps pop up or not. And Kumo, hey, more StarCraft is better than more StarCraft is better than less StarCraft. So I appreciate it. Thanks for joining me here on this endeavor. The Phoenix are gonna get a couple more drones, not bad. Certainly. I mean, they're getting a lot of value, spending their entire bit of energy on knocking the drones down. And again, that's something that Phoenix can do in 2v2 that they can't quite in 1v1. Because first off, these maps are gigantic. If Oliveira want to go all in off this is going to take them forever to get across the map. But also, technically, you have a friend that is going to be able to do as much as you. But for right now, the 2-on-1 here coming in from time is going to just force the fourth, cancel on the fourth. So, or the third, excuse me. There's not really an easy third here for the Zerg, at least not as they've spawned. So that's already fantastic. The Zerg only on 2 bases, lots of roaches, fine, as well. +1 is just about done, speed's on the way, but denying that third base means that this build does not have a ton of legs for Atlas. Yeah, he's going to try to get that third base again, but it's almost 6 minutes. We can expect pressure coming out of the orange and red team here, and Serral is aware of that, again dropping the spine, pumping roaches. Tanks on the way for Oliveira as well, so they are aware of the possibility that this is going to get very aggressive. In fact, the high likelihood that this is going to get aggressive as more roaches are on the way, and almost as important, Ravagers as well, to deal with these tanks, to just force the roaches of Serral to remicro and run away. And remember, of course, because this is a 2v2, the creep spread is not going to be as good. It means there are less queens defensively for the first and foremost, but also speedless roaches are a lot harder to split when dealing with things like, say, the Ravager Biles, things of that nature. So Serral's going to have to be even more careful. Surely Rattata's not going for Swarm Host again. He's got that infestation pit on 2 bases. I can't imagine that one. But yeah, as 1832 points out, SKillous is Charge Lot Disruptor. He's got Templar. Serral time did beat Maru Solo Giannotti. Ooh, okay. That's one way to play low eco. Oh, actually, that's so sick. So, pathogen glands for infestors, right? You pair that up with a bunch of disruptors, and those are potentially easy, massive disruptor shots. I'm actually a big fan of that. And that is one of the fun things about 2v2. You get to see some really cool synergies. So now infestors are on the way. They should time out right around the same time that pathogen glands completes, and then we'll have maybe storms. I don't think he's researched storm, just high Templar, but even archons getting damage on fungal units, disruptors getting damage on fungal units is potentially dead armies in an instant. I mean, 1832, you don't really need synergies because you're Protoss and therefore Imba, clearly. But nice job from Rattata as he will knock down this prospective 4th base from Serral. It's actually Serral and Time, they're starting to get a little more active on the map. Time takes his 3rd base, and Serral again trying to get that 4th. But these roaches on the north side, they're not going to get a ton done.
They attack here.
He's making it faster.
Oh, Phoenix kill all my Ravager now. I need Marine here. Careful, careful.
Protoss is coming.
So it seems like
Yeah, I need Viper. But still a little bit before Viper. Do you have gas?
all right. So it seems like those fungals were.
Мне кажется, не надо, мне кажется, не надо. Я к серому сейчас на 4-й зайду. Сейчас я зайду, реакцию посмотрим.
Ну, смотри сам. Я могу еще варпризму на тирану на мейн, слушай.
У меня вайперы сосут.
Окей, с вайпером можно.
Убил 4-ю.
Я в карьеров перехожу. Я в карьеров перехожу, тирану очень неприятный дроп на мейн. Там либы 2 штуки. Слышишь?
Да. Давай попробуем зелнаку занять с фениксами.
Ну давай, хорошо, я тебе помогаю. Тирана экономика не супер. Выйди. Все.
So man, those fungals are just going wild, but it never seems like Rattata has enough of them. He's got those 2 infestors that have still not gone down for the most part, but the fungals don't last long enough for it to really work out super well. And I think what we're looking for is fungal disruptor.
You can try. I think it's good.
I will go.
Yep.
Oh, Kirst.
Big Salot. Cross. Here. All these raptors killed.
I'm trying to drop my base. It's work.
But they have lurker now. It's big
It's fine, I
careful, they have
killed
lurker.
And I kill my base.
Nice.
Can I try to attack here?
Do you know where lurker are? No.
Lurker is here, so it's fine. I think we can try to attack Protoss.
Yeah.
The Viper is coming.
Видишь?
Да. Ты контратакуешь?
Да, контратакую. Неплохо контратакую. Танки убил.
And Serral's Vipers were so sick, but
У меня очень мало лимита, но у меня батон в продакшне. О, видишь? Так, все, нужно, наверное, подвыйти, нет? Панчос. Выйди.
Чего?
Сейчас
Сейчас я
мне нужно что... Что ты, суков?
А?
У меня батоны. У меня батоны, я в шторм перехожу. Я хочу вайперов.
Давай тогда сидеть дома.
Да, давай.
Давай, единственное, что нужно контроль карты.
Да. Убей вот этого линга, пожалуйста. У тебя роуч там стоит. Вань.
Где роуч? Я не вижу роуча своего. А, вижу, убил. Он призма.
Где? Призм. Ой. Ладно, пофиг. Еще одну построю. Базу ставлю. Подойди под зелнагу. Давай зелнагу возьмем вот эту. Пончос. Смотри, вайпер летят, видишь?
Я боюсь дропа просто к себе. Давай, иду. Найс.
Блин. Ну.
All right, so first of all, those feedbacks were sick. And I can talk again. Exciting, wonderful. The Fungal's not great enough. Serral's Viper's incredible. And that multi-prong coming in from time over the last minute or so is awesome. Fungal's, well, excuse me, Viper abducts, they move in right now. Rattata actually gets some of the Vipers of Serral, so that's a bit obnoxious. And with carriers are out on the map, life is becoming a little bit more awkward. Oh, never mind. We have Serral and Oliveira.
Are you maxed out?
But Zerg, he just 2-0. No upgrade.
But Zerg has very good army.
I think I still can go drop. What do you think?
Yeah, you can.
I will try to drop to by some time. Then you can make corporate.
You just need to be careful they don't attack. I need to make lurker as well, I think.
Yeah.
So we don't.
Ooh.
Окей. Что, хотим?
Decent drop there, but he gets knocked
Сейчас я
down.
арчей убиваю в боте. Он
Они
тестит
трейдятся,
уже.
они сейчас очень сильно лимит скапят. Я вот это переживаю. Так что нам бы поторопиться.
Все, давай, я принял дропы все.
Давай. Я Террану, смотри, контратаку навязал, и не супер приятно. Go?
Давай, посмотри.
Окей. Good.
У нас вижен есть?
Вроде был. Да, нет, слушай, это... ладно, вижу, нет. Выйди просто, выйди. У них антиэра нет. Просто нет антиэра банально. Просто выйди. Все, чуть подойти. У них нет гостов. У меня есть еще куча 7 штурмовиков. Просто вижен подведи, и мы выиграли.
И делаю аверсирую.
Я тоже апса делаю, но... Давай зелнагу, что ли, за контроль. Можем по верху пойти. Все хорошо.
Да, но у меня эко нет и 130. У тебя если есть...
Тебе нужны... Какие интересы нужны?
And okay, so the army here from SKillous and Ratlet, or from Ratlet.
The other way? There's some army over here.
Yeah, they're
mind.
coming.
I think I should go try drop.
You can try.
Can you kill this? Can you kill this lurker?
I can try. I send one there. One lurker. But you need to... Okay, I send overseer as well. Wait a little. I kill it soon. Kill High Templar.
I'm so poor at this game. I think I should try fast. I should try fast 3CC. I always two base stars and I'm very behind. I think maybe we can win this fight. Right?
Yeah, I think we win this. I lose all Vipers, I think.
I think let's go, kill.
Yeah, attack. Yeah, I lose all our units.
think it's fine. It's fine.
You think so? I'm very poor now.
I think they're well for two.
No, they have so many bases. No,
No,
what?
we win. I told you they're poor. I killed many base.
How are they? I think they leave
Yeah,
too
I told you.
early.
No,
you
I
killed-
told you. Yeah,
Woo,
I just
close,
I just
close,
worried.
close.
I told you we killed them. I told you they're dead. I mean, valid. I think that's fair for the most part. But welcome to 2v2, where casters don't get to talk from like 10 minutes onwards. But in the bottom right, folks, in the blue and the teal, they're up now 3-1 off what was an epic late game. Their name, it's Livera, it is Serral and Olivier, and in the upper left, in the red and the orange, Rattata and SKillous. You know, I mean, that's an approach, Infofox, but I like hearing the players. I think that is very valuable. I just wish I had two things. A producer in my ear letting me know it was going to happen, and it just to happen slightly less. And also like an English specific broadcast, so we only get the people that speak English. Because as interesting as it is to hear divide, go, 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 I can parse that out, and saying da means yes, like divide, yes, go, 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 yes. And sometimes nice. I don't have much more than that. That's the question, I guess, folks. Do you want me to turn this when they start turning player cams on? Do you want me to turn it down? But then we lose out on game audio. Or do you prefer to listen to the players and just hear me shut up briefly, or for a long period of time? Yeah, I think the trick is really I just need to when one of the player comms thing is up. I think I just need to not talk. Just go from there. Eight minutes until I get perma muted again. Exactly. I got you, MTZ Hunter. It's some people. Rotterdam went at length about this the other day, and my experience is similar. Sometimes people really want the camera. Sometimes people really don't want the camera. So, anyways, Reaper goes up right now, and Oliveira got a lot of... Oh, he gets another one. And yes, part of this is, I don't know what server they're playing on. Time, of course, plays from China. Serral's from Finland. Rattata is playing from Russia, and Skill is playing in the Netherlands. US West or Central, probably. I don't know whether the ping is what it is, but over the last 2 games, Oliveira has gotten 3 drones off of his early Reaper pressure, which is significant. Oliveira is time, yes, hassle for me too. He changed his name rather recently, apparently because he's just a big MMA fan. Can I ask Gandalf for a solution? Well, to take the hobbits to Isengard, maybe. But anyways, once again, Skillous and Rattata, Ratless as it were, they're going for Phoenix Ling opener once again, but this time, Bailey Nest. Okay, that's a little bit more standard, but Serral, was that a very quick lair? I think that was a super quick lair. Yeah. Oh, so this is one of the things that you can do in a 2v2 in particular, where because effectively you have your friend, your teammate can feed you gas, you can get a stupid quick lair and then an incredibly quick 2-base mute up. So by the 5-minute mark, mutas are already popping out on the map. They give you so much map control. And we got a bit of a pause coming in from Atlas. Oh, it seems like we have the 2v2 bug maybe, where yeah, like the UI bug. It happens, I think, more in 2v2 with Gameheart, where players' consoles, they get pink and insane or massively painful to play with. We can, luckily, folks, we're on. There we go. We can go live again as Phoenix now get a nice lift on the Helen, which was, of course, defending against all the Lings. So that is a little bit more powerful. Oh, the Banelings, they come rolling in here. How many do they get, though? Doesn't seem all that many. And the Widowmine actually kills them all off. So, yes, a decent amount of workers going down for Oliveira, but not really the end of the world. He still has 29. He's still got mules. Although this Adept is going to try to clean up a lot of these wounded SCVs. They only one-shot him instead of the 3-shot from earlier on, as the Adept will eventually fall. But Oliveira loses 2 more. Ooh. That's awkward. Seems like Time can't take the gas on his natural. I wish they would show that to us. Yeah, 1832, but it's 2-base Muta versus single Stargate Phoenix. And remember, SKillous cannot take the second gas on his natural. So I don't know if you can remake off 2v2, actually. I know you can in 1v1. I don't know if that's possible. Hard to tell from the chat log there, but anyways. Oh, I'm sorry. Serral went, I was assuming this was Muta play because that's just how it goes. Serral going with a bunch of early Corruptors is going to supply block a Rattata to hell and back to hell and back again. And the Phoenix, they can't really contest this. So he's going to go up to maybe 10, 12, 13. And that is structure sniping territory as well. So we're going to see another Overlord go down. Now, you got to be careful of the spores. They can be a little bit obnoxious. And the Phoenix will target one of these Corruptors, maybe in a missed target fire there from Serral. Probably could have killed one. But Overlords just, they don't get to exist. Rattata is having to build so many of them, having to spend so much money on Overlords. That means he can't, and Larva too, that he can't really do much of anything else as the Corruptors now running behind. Can they find anything more? Well, no more Overlords for the moment. That could be a dead Baneling nest, maybe. If they clump them together, that I think 3 shots Overlords. So the one in the mineral line is possible. And a Rattata behind this. We got a Hydra Den on the way, but an Infestation Pit as well. So Robo's going to get targeted. And it's only 2 Stalkers warping in. So Serral, no, he's not going to try. It's only 6 Corruptors, I guess. So that is, it's not quite enough. And Stalkers do bonus damage to armor. So the Corruptors, they do have to back up. Target fire, though, gets a Phoenix in exchange. And we'll take that one every day of the week. Widowmine drop as well here. Corruptors just bodyguarding it. Actually, this is so cool. It's going to deny this base for quite a while. From SKillous, and it's hard enough for SKillous to take that base anyways with all the walls as they are. So Widowmine drop into the mineral line. They're going to get lifted, but it doesn't matter because the Corruptors, they dive on top. Shield battery, though, keeping things alive, and even though it doesn't technically matter, the Widowmines do go down anyways, and Corruptors, for the most part, they do stay alive. So that's actually super cool. The quick Corruptors as a technique to bodyguard massive drops coming in from Oliveira. I've never seen that. But also, we don't cast 2v2 all that much. Just a big run by comes in from Rattata onto the already what looks like the 3rd base of Oliveira. So Oliveira on 57 workers, going up maybe even a little bit further pretty soon. His economy going like gangbusters. Serral's supply, well, skyrocketing ahead. And I feel like based off the supply here from Serral, Time is feeding him money. So the Lings of Serral will now find this this attempted 4th base coming in from SKillous, which was scouted early on. So the Lings, they're just going to stick on it. They're going to force the cancel there, and they will lose their lives. But Roaches on the right side, finding a bunch of Roaches of Rattata as well. Disruptors joining the fray, and of course, Corruptors give vision for that. You're aware of what's happening, and Disruptor shot goes out, and I'm just really paying attention to see whether we get the player comms or not, but it seems like that's not going to get turned on for this fight. It's not 10 minutes. I'm still allowed to talk. And huge at 95. Thanks so much for the follow. Disruptor, it gets 2 Roaches. But Serral is effectively 1v2ing right now as Time, what is Time doing? So Serral's going to lose his 4th base. This Time takes his 4th base on the bottom left. What is Time building into? 1-1 bio, most of the way done. And it's just it's just 4M really. Well, 3M, I guess. Medevac, Marine.
Кто там ко мне идет? Я взял.
All right, so we're gonna turn down the Russian the Russian team cast. I guess is maybe the best way to do that one. Although them talking spooked the hell out of me, even though I'm trying to pay attention to it. Anyways, Serral loses his 4th base for the moment, but eventually we do get that response. And Oliveira, yeah, just going for him. Widowmines, Mines, Marines, Marauders, Medevacs, And let's see what he can get done. But unfortunately, his paltry drop is going to get found out here by the drop of SKillous, or by the army of SKillous. 2 medevacs go down, and what gets out doesn't really get that much, although we will, of course, see an observer fault as well. And now here comes Serral on the north side, but he's fighting in a roach charge with just roaches, so that's not really a good fight anyway either. And Rattata is sitting here at just about maxed out. A really big, scary army. And as he owns the high ground, it's a really hard position for Serral to fight into, even as the biles go down and take some of the DPS out of that army. And meanwhile, SKillous on the bottom left side is going to again put pressure on the 4th base of Serral, killing off a lot of drones. And this base, I don't think there's any saving it. It's just going to go down. So good moves there from SKillous, but he does not have blink. So yeah, the Zealots, they have charge. That's fine. But the Stalker's not super useful. Disruptor Shot is not going to find what it wants to. But here comes Rattata moving in, and we can listen to our Salavera players.
Oh, wait.
Careful, careful. I help. I come. Ah, too late. Yeah.
Oh wait, what? I think we can just.
But I have no money. Yeah, I think it's over.
Yeah, I think because that's good. You can make this good, so not too many.
In the upper left, folks, in the blue and the teal, seems like we're introducing players one by one now. It is Serral and his teammates from Kaizi Gaming, Oliveira. And on the bottom right, in the red, for Good Game Gaming, Rattata. And rounding it out for Team Liquid now, in the orange, SKillous. So, at first, coming down from Rattata. This is standard. The only reason I point this out is he's gone for some aggressive pool first options earlier on in the series. But Catalesque, again, seems to be a fairly big map. A map that looks like both players, excuse me, can take their third base without too much issue on both sides. And that should favor, we would imagine, Serral and Oliveira. These maps that are more abusable, that are smaller, that have some significant chokes, or the ability to really cut one player off from the other. That seems to be where we have been seeing Rattata and SKillous really find their footing. But these big, wide open late games, first of all, you all should be looking forward to that, because it means the caster stops talking, the players do. But also, it does seem like that's something that just favors Salavera just a little bit more. And once again, we see SKillous going for the Stargate opener. They've gone for it every single macro game. Actually, no, that's not true. There was yeah, there was a Twilight Robo opener once. But we've seen it 3 times now. And even though SKillous and Rattata did win that last game, I don't think it was because of the Phoenix pressure, to be totally honest. It did just feel that Rattata and SKillous were able to defend their holdings a little bit better than they had previously, and turn that into a big max out that killed time. And then, well, Serral's not gonna be 300 supply with 150 or 100, whatever it is. He's not gonna be 200 army supply with 100. I don't care how good his micro is, and especially considering he's a Zerg player. It's not like he's playing mech or something, and he can therefore go and siege up a bunch of tanks and win a fight that you might not expect him to win. But okay. Rattata and SKillous again trying to get aggressive as possible. Lings and Banes into the natural, but ooh, Serral's got two. Okay, nice split off there, but hey, seriously, trading 2 Banes for 4 would have been acceptable even still, as the Banelings of Serral, they just chase off the Lings of Rattata, buying time for SKillous to maybe make something or for Oliveira to make something happen, and a good target fire there on the Banes coming in from Rattata, looking for this round, but the Baneling pressure of Rattata is just not quite there as much anymore. 1 Baneling still remains and gets very low, and will struggle to find value from here on out, at least maybe until it regens, with the amount of anti-Baneling Marines and Queens and things that exist on the map. So Rattata, this was almost faux pressure. Because SKillous, behind this, he's just been building more and more Phoenix, probing up harder and harder, and he's got +1 on the way. So this is going to be that heavy Phoenix commitment that I was talking about, where as long as your opponent has stuff on the ground, so you're not going to die for having these, for going this double Stargate +1 Phoenix play, it works out. It can actually work out very well. You can be greedier, you can be more aggressive with them than you would be in say, a standard setup. But again, we see Time going for that 2-1-1. Double drop of medevacs on the map. His stim is done. Combat shields are on the way. But first of all, Catalyst is massive. And with this double Stargate Phoenix on the map, I don't know that I would want to do that if I'm Time. Instead, I think the goal for Time really needs to just be defending. SKillous, as much as he's going for this +1 and the fleet beacon and all these things, he still has a pretty powerful army here to allow Rattata to find damage, as the Bane is going to run in and actually get absolutely nothing. But the Phoenix that are here, they mean that all the tanks can get lifted, and suddenly there's no splash damage, and the Lings and the Banes can be that much more impactful. Even still, though. For the moment, seems like Rattata is backing up, and oh wait, never mind. A bunch of Banelings. I'm sorry, I didn't see that on the minimap. A bunch of Banelings run in. Serral loses some drones, but considering the commitment here to the Banes, I think that could have been a whole hell of a lot worse. So not bad from Oliveira. And the funny thing, of course, in this game is this is the game where Time is the one that is pulling himself into a pretty significant worker lead. It's a supply lead in general, not worker lead, excuse me. But it is 6:30 and Serral's hive is a third of the way done. Again, these are the things you can do when your opponent doesn't need a lot of gas. They can feed it to you. Or you're just in the early game and you have this understanding that Time can probably defend Serral for the most part. So Serral can be as greedy as he wants. He can just go and sit there and build almost nothing and get into his hive as quickly as possible. And it seems like Broodlords are going to be the play. He's got a Spire on the way behind this that will time out somewhat. Just a little after the hive completes. I got to imagine this is just for Vipers. That would be my assumption, but I'm excited to find out. Is now Phoenix running interference, knocking down all the vision that Serral has on the map. He's not going to be in this great position to know where the Banelings come rolling in. And, well, Rattata comes in from 2 sides. Good target fire, though. Knocks 1 down. But Lings on the right side, Banelings on the left. Even still, Rattata and SKillous, they're not able to crack the nut. They're not able to pry this chest open. That is Oliveira for the moment. And now, again, Lings run in. And the tanks are now all going to get lifted, but the Marines, they stem forward. And, well, they're going to not kill the Phoenix, but they will allow the tanks to stay down and shoot away. So the Ling Bane of Rattata doesn't find all that much. And Rattata, he's only got 40 drones. His tech is not developed in the slightest. And yeah, SKillous is going carriers. He's got +2 already halfway done. That's a terrifying timing, but Vipers are already on the map for Serral. They don't have energy just yet, but they will soon. Corruptor's on the way as well. Oliveira, I'm assuming that was maybe an extra factory that's going to get canceled. Anyways, he canceled some tech building. And we're going to see him, I think, play a similar role as he did in, what was that? 2 games, no, last game. No, 2 games ago, where he just has a bunch of Marines and they deal with interceptors. They fight things on the ground where Serral just solely commits to air. As Serral will lose that 4th base. That's obnoxious considering Rattata does have his 4th. Does have his. But Serral's up 20 workers. 15 workers on Rattata. So yeah, Rattata's up a base, but his economy not great. And Serral and Time, they're going to try to do what they did in game number 1, which is just this big push where you run across the map and try to catch your opponent being a little bit too greedy. So, Serral just adding more and more Corruptors. Roach is on top just for good measure. But because this map is so big and it has so many different pushing windows, it does seem that I don't know that this push is going to work out super well. And 50 seconds until we... I feel like that is almost the rule. 50 seconds until we get player comms. Lings, though, they're going to try to knock down this fourth base of Serral for what I believe is the third time, but the army's there, rotated backwards. That's awkward. We do have Warp Prism, right? Or we do have Warp Gate from... Oh, wait, yeah, SKillous didn't get Warp Gate. He went for +1. He went for the King Cobra build almost. Getting Warp Gate... Well, not getting Warp Gate at all, just getting your +1 as quick as possible as the Lings and Banes to run in and knock down this run by from Oliveira. But Serral now, he's got a decent Corruptor count. His Carapace is just about done, and he's sharking around looking for any air units. Ideally carriers, but hey, Phoenix will do in a pinch. And he's going to find, oh, good feedback on one Viper, but there's still two there. He can't really go much further than that, though. So Lings now, they're going to find, that's a meat grinder if I've ever seen one. So Rattata is hurting. He's only just now getting himself up to about 62 workers. His tech is not great. He's on Hive tech now. He does have a Viper Den on the way, but he's been on Ling Bane this entire time, and he's got nothing done. This army coming in from SKillous in particular, Rattata, who cares? He's building Vipers, and that's gonna be about it. Maybe eventually he redevelops his economy enough, but 11 carriers with, I want to, do they've at least have +2. They're on the way to +3. The 5 High Templar as well with Storm and feedbacks, and these spellcasters of the Vipers. This is terrifying. This is a powerful army, but I do like... Time is one of the masters of the late game versus Zerg, that Maru style that we saw him debut at Katowice, and that led many pro Zergs to say that you're not beating Maru past 15 minutes. Oliveira is a master of that style. We've seen him do it recently in EPT Cups. So seeing him move into Ghost is encouraging if you are a fan of Oliveira. As a bunch of Lings will go down. Rattata can ill afford to lose this. He's only on 63 workers. His economy, again, not all that great. But here we come. Oliveira moving forward. He's got a bit of a roach support coming in from Serral, but it really is all about time on the ground. And Serral in the air. The Baneleys, they look to run forward as far as they can, but they don't get the best connections. Roaches don't do all that much, and a Storm lands. But again, the Corruptors, they dive right on out of it, looking for a bit of a dubs here, but the Abducts coming in. Oh, Parasitic Bomb on the Corruptors, but they're going to dive on top of everything, and the FPS is just falling through the floor. Seems like Serral, that's not a lot of Corruptors. I think Serral, yeah, Serral's has been shattered here. His air army is down, but I don't think there are any interceptors. Nope, they're starting to fall very, very quickly. 23 of them are all that remains, and the army on the ground from Oliveira is massive, nice. And we can listen to him.
Still 200.
Careful, careful. Things.
I think I will keep that keep attack. So can we defense?
Yeah, I think so too. Just keep going. But maybe too many carriers. What do you think?
It's fine. It's fine. Look.
Okay.
Oh no, I think
I think you can win that. No?
No, I wait. I can.
I think you could win that.
I think we just defend. The Zerg is die. No,
yeah,
no,
I kill this base. I go kill that base.
Так, он меня принял.
Okay.
I love that. Serral telling time that I think you can win this. Meanwhile, he's getting absolutely eviscerated because all the interceptors have come back. But it's fun regardless. So Serral knocks down the upper right base, and now Rattata, he's 2 hatch. He's on 47 workers, below 100 supply, and I don't really see him eclipsing that number anytime soon. It feels like he might almost be better served by going and... let me bring that down a little further. It seems like he might almost be better served by just feeding his teammate money to build this maxed out Storm carrier army, but I don't know that you win that anymore. But anyways, for now, Vipers are on the... Or, excuse me, Lurkers are on the field. Rattata adding in a bunch more Vipers, which again... the spellcasters on the corruptors, they melted. The corruptors were just not all that useful as a that last one though. Serral, that was about 20 workers going down. Serral just lost a significant portion of his economy, and he doesn't have a lot of money. But Oliveira is, of course, maxed out, looking to get some snipes down on top of all of these lurkers. And there we go. Lurkers will fall. And, of course, this is not the patch, so you can't run away from snipes right now. So...
Nice. I can this space with roaches.
Yeah.
Oh my, lost vipe. No vipers, no vipers. I think back, I think back. I think we just go back. I kill this. I kill Frost base.
Yeah, I think you just make more corruptor and we can win. I'm
Yep.
more rich now.
Nice.
Oh, can we go? Can we go? Hello? Let's go.
I still don't have
Okay.
vipers. Vipers still not there.
Hey, I think we can go. Go, go. I got OEMP.
Nice. Maybe we maybe we don't win.
Let's go, let's go. Let's
But
go.
it's good. It's good. They don't have my money. It's good. They have no money. I try to kill Frost base. They're
It's fine,
attacking
it's
now.
fine. We just defend. I think, and I think we're doing. Right?
They kill my base here.
I steal many ways. Welcome.
Okay, they coming there.
I can kill up my base because I have money.
I have a lot. I maxed out again.
Да, ты... Давай.
О, нет, что-то тут много очень зерга. Да нет, что там...
Yeah, it seems like Ratless, they're kind of dead at this point. There we go. Immediate GG right as we get to listen to their team comms. But do we get Serral? Oh. That's what I want, the team comms of the celebration, but I guess we don't get that. But Serral Vieira will be our first finalist here of the WTL 2v2 competition. And again, first place is about $3,000 if I remember correctly. So decent amount of money, right?